Kyle. I am the director and biologist for the Marine Education Center for the Village of Mamaroneck. I'm located in Harbor Island Park. So for some of you who haven't been on before, my opening day was supposed to be April 25th. It's postponed for now. I'll keep you guys updated on when we will be opening so you guys can all come down and enjoy the touch tank here and all the other tanks. So today we're going to be talking about a fun crab, and for some of you guys who have been following us throughout this virtual Marine Education Center, you might remember the name. So I'm going to take him out. Hi Sebastian. Let's see here. So, all you guys out there, you can answer. Does anyone remember what this guy is called? Might be a little easy if you look at him, what he kind of looks like. What do you think? I'll wait a couple seconds for you guys to answer at home. So this little guy is a spider crab, because it kind of looks like a spider, right? So these crabs are part of a group of crabs that are called decorator crabs. And if you look really closely, and when you guys come down here, you'll be able to touch him. He has stuff all over his back. So he decorates himself. He uses these little hairs on him and his spit to put things on the back of him. So Liam, good job, he does. 10 legs, we'll get to that. So he puts little pieces of algae or shells. Sometimes I see them put food on the back of their shells because they like to decorate. Why do you guys think they decorate when they're in the wild? They have stuff all over them. So they like to decorate themselves to camouflage. Big word, but I know a lot of you guys out there know what that means. They like to camouflage. They like to hide themselves. It helps protect them. Their shell's hard, but they're very slow. So they decorate themselves. So good job, Stephanie. They decorate themselves so they can camouflage because they are very slow. You can see him, he's hardly moving. He's very slow. So when you see him in the wild, they move really slow and they have really bad eyesight. So at the bottom of those 10 legs, like Liam said, well, they have 8 legs, 2 claws here. So at the bottom of these 10 legs here, you can see, let me get it up to the camera. If you see the bottom, it's a little darker in color. At the bottom of those legs is kind of like on your tongue, you have taste buds. They kind of have taste buds on the bottom of their legs. Because they're so slow and they have really bad eyesight, they move around the bottom and they taste with their legs. It's kind of funny. We don't taste with our feet, but they do. So what do you guys think they like to eat when they're moving around the bottom using those? Hi Marcel. When they're moving around the bottom using those little taste buds, what do you think they like to eat? Emma, no, they don't eat carrots. They need to help their eyesight, right? So they're very slow, if that gives you a hint, and they move around the bottom, so they can't eat fast animals, right? Zach, you're very close. They like to eat dead fish, so dead little fish, or dead algae, seaweed. But they will eat clams and mussels. I like to feed them those mussels, the ribbed mussels that we got the other day. Show you again. This one we haven't talked about yet. This one's a little deeper, but this is the blue mussel. They like to eat these. They don't like apples, unfortunately, Sophie. They like dead fish. So they move around the bottom using those little taste buds and they move really slowly. And for you guys at home, and they use these claws not to really bite. You don't want to hold him by the claws like I am. But they don't use them to bite. They use them more to scoop. So they scoop fish, those dead fish, into their mouths. But they will bite, so you don't want to hold them. When I'm here, you could hold them. So they could live in very shallow water, like we were in the other day, or they could live very, very deep water. So what they do is they hold on really tightly. If you see them, he holds on really tightly because sometimes those waves get them. So those are what their legs do as well. They like to hold on to things very tightly. When you guys come down here, if you check the traps with me, you'll find them hanging on the traps, holding on. They like to do that. So one thing about these guys, and all crabs, I'll take out another crab. This is a different kind of crab. So this is a green crab. So at the bottom of every crab, you can see a little different. Hi, Eamon. So at the bottom of every crab is this area right here. And at home, what do you wear in the kitchen? What does your parents wear in the kitchen? Sometimes so they don't get food on them while they're cooking. So it's an easy way to remember what the bottom of this is called. This is called their apron. So the apron is a cool way to tell if a crab is a girl or a boy. Does anyone out there know how to tell how on the apron to tell if it's a girl or a boy? For some of you guys who have been down here. This guy's cute, right? They're very different, but so at the bottom here, you'll see this area right here that I'm touching, this small on the apron. So when it's a girl, this area is wide. When it's a boy, it's going to be very thin. You see him? So what do we think that is? Is this a girl or a boy? Good job, Linz. So our spider crab, is that a girl or a boy? So this one's a boy, very thin. Very thin. So how do crabs walk for you guys at home? Who's seen a crab walk? Who's done the crab walk before? So crabs move from side to side, right? But this guy is pretty special. He can move front and back. He could move going forward, backwards. He could go side to side. And these guys, so these guys over here in the Long Island Sound, these get very, very big. This is our Portly spider crab or Atlantic spider crab. There's a lot of different names. But these can get very big. So when you guys come down here and I have the tanks running, you're going to see big, big guys. This one looks little. So you're going to see big guys. But there's another kind of spider crab, and I wanted to show you guys because it's pretty cool. There's a spider crab that lives in the Pacific Ocean. Look at that. That's a Japanese spider crab. Look how big. So these spider crabs can get up to, I'm glad some of you guys are doing the crab walk at home. So these spider crabs can get up to 13 feet long, and they could also go to over 100 years old. Spider crabs can live over 100 years old. That's crazy, right? So I wanted to bring this guy from the another class back. So does anyone remember what this is? So this is our horseshoe crab, right? Not really a crab, more like a spider, right? This one's not related to a spider. This one is kind of weird. So does anyone remember how the horseshoe crab grows? What's that name I talked about? What's it called? Hi, Jim Desmond. Yes, Zach, good job. That's a horseshoe crab. So you remember from the last class, so they use a big word, and it's called molting. So remember when we said the horseshoe crab molts from the front, right? Spider crabs and all other crabs molt from the back. So that's how they get as big as they do. They grow really, really big. So I'm going to take out, but they also get really, really small. So this is another little spider crab. This is my baby spider crab. So they get very, very small, but they also get very, very big. Imagine coming in up to one of those in the wild, just crawling around. So I want to go through them. When you guys come down here again, you're going to be able to touch them. And sometimes they're called a 9-spined spider crab because they have little spines on their back. So when you touch him, you're going to feel it. He's hard, but he's also kind of furry, it feels like. And who remembers what they have on them? What they like to do to their shell. So they like to camouflage, right? They like to stick things with these little hairs and the spit from their mouth and put it on the back of their shell. And who can tell me at home how to tell, what's the name of the bottom here, how to tell if it's a girl or a boy? By looking at their what? What's this called? You wear it in the kitchen again. And again, the comments and everything are coming in slow. So if you have a question, you could write it and I'll answer it after. Or you could email me, go to my website, and Facebook, Instagram, like us. And yes, Zach, very good. It's the apron. That's the bottom here, and that's how you could tell if it's a girl or a boy. And then my last question, what do they like to eat? Who remembers out there? So they like to eat dead things. They like to eat things that are easy to catch because again, they're very slow moving and they have very bad eyesight. They need to eat carrots, like Emma said. They need to start eating carrots. So if you guys have any questions about today, please send me an email, like us on Facebook, Instagram, and I'm hoping we can open up soon. And so all you guys could come down and check out the tanks. They'll be filled with all native animals from the Long Island Sound. There's a lot of animals out there. And you could come to my programs and learn more about little animals like this and see the big guys too. So if you guys want to watch this again, it will be up on Facebook and it will also be up on YouTube. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys all on Tuesday. It's every Tuesday and Friday at 10:30 a.m. And again, I'm Kyle with the Marine Education Center for the Village of Mamaroneck. Thanks for joining.